Not just spaces to own, but assets to design, to perform. Next, we have Mr. Piyush Kothari, an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad with an MBA in finance and insurance, bringing over 20 years of experience in real estate fundraising, investment, and deal structuring. With deep expertise across the full life cycle of real estate private equity, he has held leadership role at Tata Housing, Amplus Capital, and Colliers International. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Jeet Shah, General Manager, Business Development at Shivalik, specialized in land acquisition, deal structuring, driving high potential opportunity. He is currently pursuing MBA from IIM Ahmedabad and he is holding Master is Urban Planning from CEPT University. He brings a powerful blend of academic excellence and on-ground execution. He has been associated with IPCs like JLL and has contributed in collated and urban smart spaces. At Shivalik, he contributes to make the flow model actionable, scalable, and on-ground solidity. With that, I think we all are set to dive into this session. I now invite Mr. Piyush Kothari to take over and walk us through decoding the flow. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Suraj. Good evening, everyone. As Suraj briefly explained about the flow, and that's what we are here. And as since Suraj already told that the first ad which we did last month on the 8th of April, and we have got a very good response in terms of ad. People would like to understand what is the flow all about. So we thought it would be a good idea to conduct a webinar and walk you through the vision of Mr. Chitraksha behind the flow. Okay. So just to begin my presentation, the most of the real estate assets are today, if you look at it, it's our build to sell. Okay. Most of the people, most of the developer build their assets and then sell it. Investor buy it, they hold it for appreciation, and then in turn again they sell it. There is never an approach where we looked upon the asset which can generate a continuous cash flow. And that's what the missing piece which we found is a huge gap which we would like to address during our presentation. So as traditionally people know that people buy asset, they hold asset and they sell it. But the flow as it stands, fund for F, lease, for L, operate, for O, and wealth. That's what the decoding will happen in a few slides where Mr. Chitraksha will explain what the purpose behind the flow is. But traditionally, if you look at it, people buy assets and then leasing. So in this entire ecosystem, if you look at it, the person who built asset does not own it, and the person who own it does not lease it. And that's where that complete gap is there. That's what we are here to solve, that gap, which help people to get the complete opportunity of the entire life cycle of the real estate, where the good quality assets are built, okay, manage, operate, and through that you continue to generate a good cash flow. That is what we are trying to build through flow. Next. So income generating commercial real estate platform. So if you have look at in India, there are many assets class which are there. Commercial being which is most preferred, where good commercial building generates a better rental income. If you look at it, other market which is already established market like Bombay, Pune, Bangalore, Chennai. If there are the commercial assets, people don't sell it; they hold it and they generate the rental income. Today, if we talk about REIT as a market, okay, it's more than 1 lakh crore market cap, and only 5-6 REITs are listed, which we have surpassed, assuming that most of the buildings built on good quality, managed with good professional people, and the company who operates or take the property on lease gives the premium for that assets which they are using it. That's what this commercial real estate platform is built by Shivalik.
Hi.
Hi. Yes. Welcome on webinar.
Yeah, I think first time we doing webinar for the flow.
Yes.
Nice to see 70, 50, 60, 70 people are online. Uh, so yeah, the purpose, I've been seeing Ahmedabad or Gujarat that there were no good buildings which is built for long term, like 50 years, 40 years, 30 years. So we thought city need a good building, investors need a good cash flow monthly, because ultimately the investors who are getting some appreciation, end of the day, they want some monthly income to serve the day-to-day expenses. So landowner also want to save their land, and again they are investing into fixed assets, income generating assets. So I think landowner wants cash flow, investor wants cash flow, developer wants cash flow, even the city need a good building, even good tenant also wants good building which are only meant for leasing, not for strata sales. जो बीच बीच में आई थिंक चार पांच ऑफिसेस इकट्ठा करके they have to manage. So that building is now not meant or operate as a asset management. They are just like service society backed up assets. So जो वैल्यू क्रिएशन होना चाहिए वो नहीं होता वहां पे. So we thought, let's make entire model which will not have a strata sale. We'll have one building. The landowner can become a part of it. Developer can be also become part of it. Even the investor can also plug in if they want to invest. And a good city get a good building. Tenant get a good A grade building or maybe premium building. Then gradually this platform we can keep growing into multiple asset type one by one and multiple cities. So that's what the thought process. It's an independent platform where all the developers can be a stakeholder. Like Shivalik is one of the stakeholder. Other developers can be also a part if they comply with the standards which we are expecting. So that's a win-win situation for everybody. So uh, never thought of this format earlier because industry is moving. Like strata sale offices gradually are moving to co-working spaces because they don't want that hassle. Investors now are becoming smarter and they don't want to get into that hassle of managing, operating, finding tenants, and then getting busy into managing the property transactions. Rather than let them focus on to their core business, and then we can manage their cash flow. And developer also want a good standard which they can also learn from us. What is the grade A building, how it is being built, कैसे पार्टनरशिप करेंगे, कैसे उसको डिबेंचर से we will co-invest, and then gradually it can go into REITs. So whenever this project is getting ready or project is leased, then gradually we can move that entire model to REITs. There is a long-term plan. We already have that AIF. Now we are adding debenture and then later on REITs. So it's a complete funnel with the operating expertise of the past 25, 27 years history. And as a being a bigger network, we can plug in the people who are already into the system or into the this expertise. So we just have to enable the people and add more talent to make more revenue from the project. Normally, I have seen if the strata sale offices are giving 100 rupees rental, then grade A or property which is only meant for lease are giving rental to 150 to 175% extra. So it's a win-win situation, more carpet efficiency built for long-term premium project, and developer know that we know when to exit, when to enter. That's our history. So whenever we build the projects, that area has accelerated their growth. So city gets good building again, developer gets good identity. They learn from us how to get a better, how to be a better developer or maybe a build good standard buildings. Investors and the tenant also get a good returns or good property. So it's a win-win situation. So that idea was derived before a year. We implemented. We have a lot of inventory pipeline on hand. We already give a newspaper ad that shows our seriousness into this business, and gradually we are just taking feedback, and we will just keep growing and refining every week on week. That's it. Thank you very much, guys. The team can take it over.
Thank you. So, thank you, Chitrag bhai. So, as you heard it, the model, would you like to throw lights on the model, Chitrag sir?
Yeah, so the flow is like the fund for the developer. We fund the developer, let's say some deposit who are building the projects, or maybe some of the time landowner also want to become developer. Then we join hand with the landowner. We support them by investing some fund into their project, and then they can build, or we create that structure, that blueprint, what to build, how to build. Then the second is L, the lease. Then grade A commercial premium location, which we wanted to start first to attract corporate tenants, because corporate tenants want larger spaces. And that is for lease. So there is F, then L, then operations. This is expertise of Shivalik, and the flow will have that expertise and add more people to make this better and better and serve this entire operations in a better way. So that's operate, which only add the value. If the O doesn't exist, then gradually the value creation will not happen. Then it will be only like servicing or facility management company. That's the difference between society operations and the asset operations. That's a bit. That's a both are the different. Society operations is just serving facilities, and here it is adding the value. It increases profit. So that's what the thought process of, and that is belongs to us. The asset management company will going to operate and enhance the revenue. And wealth, that is for the investor, whoever want to convert their assets into wealth. Some investor want to invest and create a long-term wealth. Normally, that's my terminology. We say rich versus wealthy. So this is a system which we build. So rather than getting rich and maintaining our by own, we create a system and platform where rich people convert their uh, assets into uh, structured format and operated by the experts, and they can enjoy or they can focus on whatever they were building, and they can create their wealth. So that is for the investors. That's backed up by Shivalik integrated ecosystem. That is what we are building one by one, and completely the ecosystem is powered by R, which is real estate operating system, which we are enabling everything into one unified system. So technology, ecosystem, expertise, and platform. This is what we built, and this is what we are building for the future 2030, 40.
So, as you heard it, the idea here is that we are providing a complete solution, right? That's what the vision is for a
Yes.
landowner, for an investor, for a tenant or corporate. That's with backed by a technology. So, and with the legacy of Shivalik, where we have that experience and expertise and professionals to manage this entire ecosystem, which is backed by Shivalik.
Right.
Teacher, can you please guide us that why grade A matters and for whom we have building this project? So the stage is yours, sir.
Yeah. So flow is basically अभी जैसा सर ने बताया flow is commercial CRE grade A platform. This is mostly for assets for people first. People want to invest in real estate. They want regular income, monthly income from real estate, right? And that's why grade A here matters a lot. As sir gave example right now, very rightly said, grade A properties typically tend to give you higher returns, right? नॉर्मल ग्रेड ए बिल्डिंग अगर 100 रुपीज रेंट दे रहा है, नॉर्मल बिल्डिंग अगर 100 रुपीज रेंट दे रहा है, ग्रेड ए will give you at least 140, 150, 160 rupees, which is typically higher, and that is the premium that you charge from the market. So that is why grade A is important. Plus grade A में vacancies कम होती है compared to other buildings. So you get premium. There are less chances of vacancies. So it is most of the time the occupancy is very high, and that improves your income stability. That is why grade A is important. Next. अभी so flow किसके लिए है? So flow is basically for all stakeholders, landowners, developers, investors है, tenants है. I think we are missing channel partners here as well. So channel partners can also participate. वो तो तीनों लोगों के साथ काम कर सकते हैं, developers, investors and tenants. So flow is basically bringing all the stakeholders on one platform. This is a platform जहाँ पे सब लोग मिलके they can support the entire ecosystem. Developers can do projects, investors can park the capital in different stages. Tenants will have a continuous supply of properties. Also CPs जिसको जमीन सप्लाई करनी है, जिसको इन्वेस्टर सप्लाई करना है, जिसको अपने टेनेंट के लिए कोई प्रॉपर्टी चाहिए. So this is for everyone. Next. I think what we are trying to say here is कि इन सबको जोड़ने से इनको फायदा क्या मिलेगा? What do they benefit out of this? So for any developer, we use this terminology called blueprint-led development. So एक blueprint will define what kind of development, what will be the sizes, what will be your floor heights, what will be how many parkings should be there, what kind of common amenities. तो एक grade A development basically पूरा एक blueprint defined होगा. That developer will get that support, will get that blueprint, and then the entire ecosystem which Shivalik is working on, वो पूरा ecosystem का support मिलेगा. So all our departments, for example sales, leasing team, accounts, purchase, design team, तो ये licensing team, ये सारी teams will give support to the developer. So this will make the project turn around faster. Generally क्या होता है कि कोई भी एक प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं तो जमीन लिया, फिर उसको डिजाइन किया, फिर लोगों को चेज किया, फिर कंस्ट्रक्ट किया, फिर कंप्लीशन आता है. एंड इन दिस केस जमीन लिया, ब्लूप्रिंट से सीधा एग्जीक्यूशन शुरू हो जाता है. And then there is an entire ecosystem who knows on the back end कि क्या करना है, तो your acceleration is faster. Next. Landowners, काफी सारे landowners हमारे पास आते हैं कि I have some ancestral land, या तो मैंने कोई जमीन खरीदी है. They want to ensure that this property pays them regularly and it pays their generation, future generation also regularly. तो ऐसा कुछ हम कैसे कर सकते हैं, right? So this is that platform for them कि जहाँ पे if that land falls under certain criteria, तो वो land में future में so we try and ensure that this land keeps paying you constantly, and that is why this platform is here कि आप अपनी जमीन को constant regular income की तरफ ले जाओ. That is the purpose. Next.
Yeah, just hold, Jeet, I would like to
Yeah.
add here. So
Yes.
as Jeet has explained, the landowner, see Gujarat, Ahmedabad, traditionally people have invested in land, right? There are corporates, companies, okay, they are not a developer, but they have hold the assets, right? They are holding the land. Now, as what Jeet is saying, I'm just elaborating further, saying that land is there. Now, one is the rental income, but what is the opportunity we create on that? So that visibility, okay, making that land monetized for you. Today, if let's say any corporate is holding land, I'm sure they are not, their core business is to get into a development, right? They don't want to become a developer. And that's where we come in and play the role where, let's say the land, we do the feasibility study, we do the study, what kind of product mix can come up, okay? And help that landowner or a corporate, okay, to have a sustainable, predictable cash flow income, where currently that land is only just an ideal land not generating any income currently, right? So that's what we can bring in for the people who are not from the real estate part of the real estate game, but want to understand the real estate play. They just don't want to trade the land. They don't want to sell the land and just exit and then buy another land. They want to be part of that regular cash flow plus the capital appreciation, right? So continue.
Correct, correct. So same with developers as well. Piyush bhai rightly said कि developers भी जमीन तो खरीद ले रहे, they want to do a project, right? पर उनके लिए कौन सा product right है, कौन सा so the product mix, the feasibility, the type of development, rentals कितना आएगा, तो पूरा backend का जो पूरा support है, I think through Flow we will channelize that support, and that is our ecosystem strength as well. Can we go ahead? Yes. Again, for corporate tenants, this is very good. Unko constantly, they'll get a good supply of ready to use spaces. तो एक गुजरात में, एक अहमदाबाद में कहीं ना कहीं there will be an echo कि अगर मुझे grade A space चाहिए, मुझे अच्छा premise चाहिए for my corporate requirement or for my office requirement, then there is one place you need to go, that is Flow. Every project is on Flow, every developer is on Flow who wants to do grade A development, and there is only one platform where everyone has to go. So and tenants will also come here. Next. Investors. Piyush bhai, you want to take this?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jeet bhai. So as the emphasis today was on the land. So land, if you have that, want to monetize that land. Now, as an investor, people buy traditionally the asset, right? And then they hold it, and then they hold the asset for a rental income, right? Some income. Now, in this case, let's say as a typical normal investor, you bought a floor, okay? Now you have put that entire floor on the rent. Now, once you have put that on rent, either you are getting 100% rental income or a zero, because there is no in between. Let's say you are owning a 10,000 square feet floor and you have put it office on the rent. You are getting a regular income, but you have to find out the tenant. You have to maintain the property. You have to do all the work as an investor, which is not, you are not supposed to do that because that's not your expertise. That's the one direct buying property, which is a hurdle which is there. Through Flow, you can be a, let's say, 10,000 square feet owner, but you would be the proportionate owner on that entire building. So assuming that building is only 80% leased or 90% leased, right? Still you are getting that 80-90% benefit. And as an investor can enter at the land stage, at a construction stage, as build stage. Okay, so there are various stages. So for an investor, who has a little bit of higher risk appetite, he will get little more return. So let's say if investor comes in and participate with us at the land stage, his return would be higher compared to the person who is coming when the building is already ready, right? So now some investor would like to come in at the early stage, some would like to come in when the building is ready. So here multiple entry and exits are available. That's what we are able to come in this option. As Chitra also mentioned about the debenture. So we are also creating for investor a safe, secured and income generating cash flow model, which is give you a security, also give you a regular income till the building is ready. Okay, once the building is ready, whatever the actual comes in. So as in your capital, let's say you buy an asset. Once you buy an asset, the building is ready, then only your rental cash flow starts. But with Shivalik Flow model, your income or rental will start from the day you start investing, whether the building is still ready or not ready. So that's the unique model value proposition which we are able to offer currently in our 2 projects also. Next. So built on Shivalik execution capability, you have seen Shivalik is known for the building which they have done. They are also known for the change of the skyline of Ahmedabad. So we have not only just building the normal construction building, we are giving city a good building, good structure. So we have one of the building which is High Street next to Narmada ITC, which is a Namaste building. We have a Ship Shivalik, which is ship kind of building. We have Vaishno Devi building, which is a wave. The entire building is a wave structure. So that's what the group brings as an experience, expertise, and good professional advisors and people management team on board to guide the developer, investors, and tenant from end to end. Next. Execution strength, I just explained it, saying that on-ground execution, management, the strategy, that was also very important, that which location, what will do well, right? That's where the experience will come in. On-ground execution capability. Let's say as a developer, you want to come in and you want to do the execution, we can give you a blueprint, which create a good building structure, right? So all that, or you want us to develop. The flow is also, Shivalik can also develop the building. So it's not that the developer cannot build the building with their land. We can give our footprint, we can give capital, we can give good tenant, we can give investors. All that ecosystems of Shivalik can be provided the people who are coming on the floor. Next. So what is it for, let's say, landowner, right? The clean opportunity where your land, which is you're holding it up, want to monetize for a better value creation, long-term value creation. So here, this is the entire mindset shift which is there from a traditional approach for a asset buying to selling, where you are not selling, you are building the asset, you are holding the asset, you are enjoying the regular income, and there is an option tomorrow if you want to exit. There are multiple options which are available to exit. So that is what we are. So we as a group or a platform can bring a capital investment, a leasing pipeline, operational expertise, and the entire blueprint where the good grade A building, right? As Jeet Bhai has explained, good grade A commercial building, if you look at it, which has a minute detail in terms of, let's say, lift, the speed of the lift, the corridor, the lighting, the ventilation, the efficiency of the building, all that parameters plays a very, very important role when you are building a good grade A commercial assets. Yes, Jeet Bhai, you want to?
Yeah. Just rightly said. So what we do here in with Flow is basically any developer or any landowner who wants to create a regular income, month on month, quarter on quarter, they can submit their projects to us. We are currently focusing on Ahmedabad and Gift City. The minimum land requirement is 2500 square yards final plot. जैसे we initially mentioned, good grade A buildings typically work on premium location. So we want road width, adjoining road width of the plot, which is at least 30 meters or higher. Minimum carpet area should come out to 1 lakh square feet for the project, which is ideal for a boutique commercial development, and somewhere higher than 3 lakh square feet for a grade A development. So this is what we are looking at: grade A and boutique commercial, retail and hospitality mixed use. This is what we would like to start with within the flow. So any such kind of projects or land, if you have, this is the criteria, this is the eligibility for flow. And we have a website where you can submit these details there. I think we have a website scanner as well later. Next. Yeah, Piyush.
Yeah. So as I was explaining, we have already tested 2 projects, which is one of them is in Vaishno Devi Junction and next in the Gift City, where we offered a customer who wants to be part of the entire development, where the building is built while you are also enjoying your return, and that entire building will be leased, managed, and operated by us. So you get not only a rental income post BU, but also the capital appreciation. And the most important thing, that as an investor, you don't have to do except investing the money, right? Your time efforts are not put in. You have to just put in your capital, and rest of the thing will be managed by Shivalik by the flow. So this is one of the project For more inquiry, you can get in touch with our team. We can explain the Vaishno Devi product, which is on the similar model. Next. Is also same in the GIFT City, where it's an IFFC zone, okay, where you are part of the GIFT City growth, okay. So here as an investor, you can come in again, pay your capital, okay, and in a phased manner, enjoy your return. And once the entire building will be okay, one more thing, as a Shivalik Group, okay, we are also going to hold along with an investor, let's say 25 to 30% kind of a stake in this in building. So we all also, as a developer, will be owning a stake on it, so that the end-to-end management and operations will be smoothly run by us. And also our skin in the game. So let's say 25-30% is a significant chunk of investment. Okay, as a developer, we are also putting on this kind of a project where we are building it, leasing it, and then later on, and the value creation happen, can also participate in the REIT structure. Next. Next steps is role-based. As a developer, you bring your project, or landowner submit your land details. We do a feasibility. We'll then do a kind of an arrangement, an MOU understanding. Then we bring the corporates, we bring investors, we bring partners, where everybody is aligned to this entire thought process, or a model where they want to not only have the visibility of the cash flow, but also the appreciation of the assets, which is managed by professionals and built by professionals. Jeet, you want to add anything?
No, sir, I think we've covered everything.
Next.
I think, yeah, for developers के लिए बहुत simple है. अगर project है, we can start with capital. That is the first step. We can help them with the initial capital for 3 to 4 months while the design is happening, while the approvals are happening. We can do a detailed due diligence, market survey, feasibility, and come back with a tight product, which will create value, obviously, which will which will be designed by our standards, our blueprints, and that will make it a different product. It ideally at the end of the project, at the completion, or at the completion stage, once the property starts leasing, it will generate higher rentals typically than the normal market. We can go ahead. Next.
I think before we move ahead, I would like to respectfully invite Chitrak sir, if there's anything you would like to add or share with the audience, we would be honored to hear your thoughts, sir.
So we have a pipeline for the developer and for the landowner or channel partner. We are looking for 3,000 square yard to 5,000 square yard land where we can kickstart this. Approximately, we are looking for 3 to 4 projects minimum in phase 1, which is blueprint, which is a commercial grade A building. Then grade 2, we can increase the size of this plot and add another blueprint also, another asset type. So there is right now, हम लोग 3 से 4 प्रोजेक्ट 3 से 5,000 स्क्वायर यार्ड के प्लॉट जो लीजेबल हो लॉन्ग टर्म वो ढूंढ रहे हैं. एंड वी ऑल्सो हैव दैट फंड विथ अस, सो वी कैन डिप्लॉय दैट फंड. लैंड ओनर कैन ऑल्सो अप्लाई or developers can also be a partner. We can do jointly with them. Shivalik's core thought process is partnering with the property or developer or the landowner. So that's our core. So the models can be defined based on the landowner or the developer. So this is what we are looking for. We already have fund with us. We just want to deploy into the projects, and we are hoping that in this next quarter we can sign at least 2 to 3 projects to showcase.
Yes.
So yeah, Piyush, we can add value here.
Yes. So as we are open for, as I rightly mentioned, we have the capital available, which is the basic need for any project to move forward. So that will be more than happy to participate. And this is going to be a win-win value proposition. So everybody in this entire ecosystem will have a clear benefit in whichever stage or capacity they get associated with us. Next, do we have any few slides, or we are open for any questions from the audience?
Sir,
I
moving forward.
think we have one more slide
Sure.
where we are sharing
Yes.
contact details of. So I think for landowners and developers, if someone has any query, they can call Suraj. Suraj is here on the call. For investors, it is Hitesh, and for corporates or tenants or occupiers, it is Manthan. Everyone can take a photograph. If needed, we can share this presentation as well later. Right, Suraj, you want to go ahead?
Yes, sir. So thank you, sir. A sincere thank to our board of advisors for their valuable insights and for making this panel truly enriching. With that, we now open the floor for questions. Feel free to raise your hand and ask your queries. You can unmute yourself, whoever want to ask any question. Our board of advisors are there to answer your all queries.
Suraj, there is one basic question Ankit this side. I am from Vadodara and wanted to
Yes,
understand
Ankit.
whether this are you also open to opportunities from Vadodara or still limited to Ahmedabad and Gift City?
Sir, I think we are starting with Ahmedabad and Gift City for now, but you can share if there are any opportunities. You can share it on our website, and if we see a good quantum of opportunities coming in from Vadodara, we'll be happy to expand.
Okay.
This is Dipesh. I had the same question on similar lines. Is it on the vicinity of Gujarat, or we are looking projects outside Gujarat? Like, was the same question again?
Dipesh, you are not audible. Can you be please a little bit louder?
Is it better now?
Yeah, a bit better.
Yeah. So I just wanted to check that are you looking out for within the vicinity of Gujarat, or you are okay for outside Gujarat also?
So ideally, Gujarat right now, specifically Ahmedabad, Dipesh ji. But again, as I mentioned to Ankit bhai as well, if you have any opportunities which seem worthwhile, you can drop it on our website. We'll definitely have a look and we'll get back to you.
Sure. Thank you.
Jit, how does a landowner will actually benefit? It is purely on the basis of this return on investment, like leased rental income, or will there be any something like he has a land and it is given to him for development and leasing out, but then you invite other investors and then free the landowner with his own expected returns?
So developer की अंकित भाई बात करूँ तो developer, in a conventional project, he has to chase everything differently, right? जमीन ढूंढा, उसके लिए capital ढूंढा, उसके लिए then they're designing separately every time. Then every time they're selling the project separately to different group of people, and execution is, so you every time there is a new project, you have to go find a new contractor or a new team to execute the project. So ये जो fragments में पूरी industry चल रही है, this this fragments, I think that is what we are addressing here. ये पूरा platform पे आ जाएगा. We'll have all the stakeholders here, you know, be it consultants, be it landowners, be it capital, be it tenants. तो एक developer का काम है कि सिर्फ building बनानी है. You know, you want to do good projects, but then this hassle of, you know, managing capital, chasing a bank, chasing an NBFC, chasing architects, chasing contractors, वो सारी hassle, वो जो operations heavy होता है अपना industry, वो operations light करने का idea है. That is the idea here. And for landowner, आपका जो question है, to address that question, landowner को काफी बार क्या होता है, they want to become a developer, but they don't know how to do it, what to do, कैसे करेंगे, उनके पास experience नहीं है, उनके पास knowledge नहीं है, and you know, if they start vaguely, they ultimately end up losing value over their property, right? So this is a platform where there is a proper handholding which is going to happen. उनको ट्रेनिंग भी मिलेगी, उनको इकोसिस्टम का सपोर्ट भी मिलेगा, उनको ब्लूप्रिंट भी मिलेगा, कैसे प्रोजेक्ट करना है, और जहां जहां पे हमारा रोल आएगा, वी विल प्ले दैट रोल एज वेल फॉर देम. एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ आरओआई, वी वुड से कि आप जमीन बेच रहे हो, तो जमीन बेच के कोई तुरंत तो रातों रात पैसा आ नहीं जाता है. यू नो, इन सिटीज लाइक अहमदाबाद और इन सूरत, पेमेंट साइकिल्स आर वेरी elongated, very long. Instead, you do a project. If you have a generation ahead of you, you try and develop a project which is leasable, which goes to good corporates or which goes to good tenants, and you ensure that you and your entire generation gets regular money, gets regular cash flow. That is what is important here. ROI तो market driven है, कभी पॉजिटिव भी होगा, कभी नेगेटिव भी होगा. दैट इज नॉट समथिंग वी आर हियर टू डिबेट, बट विल हमारा जो होगा वो दैट विल बी बेटर देन एनीवन एल्स. दैट इज फॉर श्योर.
What was the question once again? Can I address?
So see, the question was that there is someone who has a land and he probably is looking for a premium rate, thinking that developer, if he develops, then probably the return on that complete project level will be much higher. But then he doesn't want to go into the scope of developer, but then expecting an exit with a better rate. So
Yeah. So normally the escalation normally the escalation happens during the construction phase only. Like we enter into the initial stage, then gradually he can exit anytime by raising more equity with the investors. Let's say when we start a project, per 1% equity का value, let's say 5 crore रुपए होता है. When completion of the project, that value may go to 8 CR. Then in between अगर उनको निकल जाना है, then they can exit also. Then later on, when the rental started and escalation 15% raise होता है 3 साल के बाद, that time also they can exit.
okay.
Right.
Just to add,
NAV की तरह है. Yeah, Piyush.
Yeah, correct. So to what you're saying is just right. And just one line adding it. See, you have a raw land, which is currently not monetizable, difficult to sell, right? Versus you have an asset, and you have that asset which is giving a regular income. You can monetize and exit anytime. So that's what my point. But so that way you can continue with it.
Yeah. So later on, if you wish, कि normally क्या होता है कि हम लोग प्रीमियम जगह बेच के कोई सब प्रीमियम जगह लेते और राह देखते 10 साल बाद वो जगह प्रीमियम हो जाएगी. So normally, rather than doing this, we can lease out the space by developing the project. We can raise the fund, or maybe it can be borrowed from the bank also later on. And wo paisa, then you can deploy to some other land also, and by retaining the same project also.
So landowner's exit can be planned as per his requirement.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Yes, Mr. Chintan.
Please unmute yourself.
Sorry. Hello, जीत भाई केम जो?
Hi Chintan bhai, how are you? I'm good.
बस एकदम मजामा. But I have already shared the basic details and I'm awaiting your reply. So please let me know કે ભાઈ કઈ કામ થઈ શકે કે કેમ.
Yes, Chintan bhai. We already started studying.
अच्छा.
So any project, Chintan bhai, any project or everyone, we are not a landowner, we are a developer. So we wish ke plot je bhi છે એ ચોખ્ખો હોય, landowner છે, their main principal scope is to clear the land. So once we get to clear the land, our focus is to add the value into developing the land, not to clear the title. We had discussion with the Jeet bhai also, but એ title clearance નહીં હોય ને ત્યાં સુધી અમને clarity નહીં મળે. મારી હિસ્ટ્રીમાં અમે 10 પ્રોજેક્ટ જોયા છે, but title clear નથી થતા, તો normally we don't go because that is not our expertise.
ઓકે, હા, એટલે એ જ મારે ક્લેરિટી જોઈતી હતી કે ભાઈ there are some issues.
Yes, because this is the meant for 50 years project જે આપણે કરીએ છીએ ને, એમાં કોઈ વચ્ચે ટાઇટલમાં કશું બી વાંધો આવે તો એ તકલીફ પડે. So that's our main core. The title clearance is the first principal requirement.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Rajnikant bhai?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Jeet, if you remember, I was your professor at CEPT.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's so good to see your progress here. Nice.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Now I have a direct question from the
Yeah.
investor perspective. In one of the slides, you mentioned that it gives a 9% return till the project is ready. Right? So I want to understand
Yes.
whether the 9% is going to remain, or say hypothetically it remains constant till the project gets developed, or it remains constant even after the project is in use.
So,
So,
yeah, Piyush bhai. I think
So-
I'll let me address till the project gets completed. Uske baad, I think Piyush bhai
Yeah,
will
sure.
want to take this up. So, Rajnikant bhai, hypothetically, let's assume ki you are investing 100 rupees, which is say 1% or 2% equity in one project, right? Now, assuming that project is under construction for 4 years, so you get 9% year on year, which comes back to you. So by the time that project is complete, you'll get 36% of your investment back. Till the time the completion is there, and after the completion, Piyush bhai.
Yeah. So after the completion, the BU, once it comes in, the building gets on the lease by the tenant occupant, right? And whatever the lease rental comes in, proportionate of your ownership will be distributed. So 9% is fixed till the building gets ready. So
Correct.
your capital is in use and also giving you a return while the building is getting ready.
Yeah, okay. And then there will be an uncertainty till you find a tenant.
Yeah,
So
so,
that
so
is-
I'll add the value. Normally what happened when a building is being made for the strata sale, तो बिल्डिंग सेल होने के बाद इन्वेस्टर्स के बाद प्रॉपर्टी जब आती है तब दे आर फाइंडिंग टेनेंट, तो उनके पास 2 या 3 महीने ही होते हैं खाली टेनेंट ढूंढने के लिए. सो दे विल नॉट एबल टू फाइंड अ गुड टेनेंट, एंड जो स्कैरसिटी में जो आता है वो नेगोशिएट करके ले लेते हैं. व्हेन एंटायर बिल्डिंग इज मेड फॉर द लीज, सो दैट बिल्डिंग बनने में सपोज 2.5 से 3 साल लगते हैं, हाइपोथेटिकली आई एम सेइंग कि 2 साल लगते हैं, तो फॉर 2 years entire team is focusing on the leasing, so we get 2 years to get a good tenant.
Find that task parallelly as well.
Right?
Yes.
So we can work parallelly. We have larger offices because now the smaller offices are moving to co-working spaces, and large corporate are also moving to managed offices. So they don't want to get into the hassle of the operating the offices. They want furnished office, finished office, managed office, shared offices. So industry is moving. So once the entire project is built for especially for the leasing, so there is more chances that they all move to the predefined spaces. Now hospital, hotel, data centers, all are BTS. So there are chances that if we tie up with the landowner or the developer, so it may be there are chances that 3 to 4 months we directly get the tenant. Then we build based on the tenant requirement.
Understood. Got it. Yeah.
Right. And in case in worst condition, if the floor are being leased later on, or 2 or 3 floors are empty, so it is okay, but at least you are not zero. So if somebody is having one office and then giving lease to someone, and that lease company is vacating the premises, then rental gets 0.
Understood. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
I've got your point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like you are handing your cash flow to mutual fund people, and then they know how to operate the portfolio.
Understood. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best part. I think रजनीकांत भाई काफी बार क्या होता है कि ऑफिस आपने एक individual strata sale you purchased an office and then you have to go find the tenant, you have to go find someone to rent your premise. यहाँ पे first we are doing that entire process. Second, let's assume कि पूरा building 95% occupied है, there is 5% vacancy. And then you get 95% rental for your ownership. And in a separate
95%
building,
जी 95% भी स्टेटा सेल હશે ને તો એ ઓફિસ નું રેન્ટલ 100 રૂપિયા હશે તો
correct.
આ પ્રીમિયમ ઓફિસ છે એનું રેન્ટલ 150 રૂપિયા હશે તો 150 ના 95 which is much more again higher than the normal rental.
Yes, versus अगर आपका ऑफिस खाली है तो you are getting zero.
Yeah, so I've understood the model that
Yes.
you're trying to envisage. Yeah, good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Anyone else? As we are getting, I think, some great questions. So last couple of questions before we complete. Kindly raise your hand if you have any questions before we conclude.
Bhargav bhai.
Hello, Suraj. Piyush, can you hear me?
હા
Yeah.
ભાર્ગવ ભાઈ કેમ છો?
મારો અવાજ આવે છે આપને?
બહુ લો છે, વોલ્યુમ નથી આવતો.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Hello, Suraj bhai, Piyush bhai, and Titraksha. So I basically
Hello.
am from. Hello, sir. I basically am from Mumbai, and am I audible? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
you are.
So we are analyzing a land portfolio or land parcel in Ahmedabad, which is under Bapu Nagar TP11, I believe so. And we want to purchase that for our investor. So any feasibility mate, is it okay if I speak in Gujarati a little bit?
Yeah.
Any feasibility mate, I'm not very sure about that land parcel, but would it be possible to, because that land parcel is precisely under what you are asking, not asking in the sense आपने जे मने slide दिखाड़ी अत्यारे for the procurement of the land, not procurement, but let's say you work on those sort of land parcels. It precisely matches that parcel, and we are thinking
Yeah,
of
yeah.
purchasing.
Please continue.
So yes, we are thinking of purchasing that land parcel, but I am not very sure. Would it be okay if you could shed some light in the Saraspur region or Bapunagar region? कि क्या सु for basically precisely for REIT, BTS, build to suit na projects बनावा જોઈએ? Is that the location that is suitable for that particular intent?
So yes, we can have that discussion. Maybe see that every micro market is different in Ahmedabad. The East operate in a different model and the West operate in a different way. Currently, if I give you a broader perspective, largely the tenants, corporate MNCs towards on the West side. Okay, very less and few on the East side. But happy to evaluate. You can share the detail. And your thought process is that you want to purchase the land and then you want to build that asset for a REIT. Is that correct understanding?
That is true.
Okay. Yeah, happy to evaluate your details. Maybe we can get in touch with and you can share the details and we can have the discussion what kind of feasibility or value or proposition can be built over there.
Yeah, Bhargav bhai, I think you can scan this QR code. You will be redirected on our website and you can submit your details there.
For sure, I'll do that.
So that is for the flow, or they are the Bhargav is just asking to review the area.
No, for flow is saying.
So yeah, so
Sure.
I'll tell you what procedure we are expecting gradually. Once we sign the LOI with the landowner, we can take some feedback from the broker or from the investor by doing this kind of session, maybe live or internal events. Then take a feedback either this property is feasible for the leasing, but we will have a couple of projects together. Then we can initiate this kind of session and take a review one by one. So that is a process which is 3 months process. So we can evaluate the entire process, take the feedback from the tenant or the IPCs or the investors, and then get some feedback.
So if you all have any other question, you can drop in the chat box as well, if anyone has. Or else, for the detailed perspective, we will share the slide of contact details again, so you can have a very detailed perspective and all your queries will be handled with an end-to-end journey. Can you please share the contact details in the slide? Yeah. So you can have a screenshot of this and you can connect with our team. Thank you. Thank you so much for making this session interactive. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Suraj.
Thank you, Suraj. Thank you, Piyush bhai. Thank you, Chitrak sir.
Thank you
Bye.
all. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.